Ken Burns' recent documentary series has brought many of the complex issues of the Vietnam War to the forefront and to a new generation. In conjunction with that series, Anne-Marie Berger held a series of wide-ranging community conversations about the war's continuing political, social, and personal impact.
From the perspective of a psychologist who's been trying to help men figure that out for the last 20 years, they're still asking questions and trying to figure out what Vietnam means to them and how it fits into their lives. And they're end of their 60s and into their early 70s, and a key psychological question that people ask themselves throughout the lifespan is they kind of look back on their lives and say, how did I do? And where does Vietnam and my service fit for me?
Very hard for veterans to talk about this stuff. We'll talk to other veterans because we trust each other, but we don't talk much to people who aren't veterans, even in members of our own family. They don't understand, or that's what we think.
Sometimes too, for anybody that hasn't served, we don't know what questions to ask.
Does time make it easier to talk about things that are hard?
No.
No?
Not necessarily. I don't think so. I have an expression I use sometimes that I've heard from other veterans, that they're still out on patrol. So they haven't really come to terms with it. It's really delicate stuff. You can't just barge into it, I think. Do you agree?
I've never had a problem talking about it for whatever reason. And I've always had
Well,
people...
you're a Marine.
Well, there you go. Brother.
Marines are different.
When we talk about mental health issues, it's also a cultural thing. And I'm sure a lot of the Vietnamese community, refugees, they experience trauma. They don't live in their homeland. Is treating mental health issues within your community something that they do? Is that culturally accepted?
It's very frowned upon to this day too. If they said, even if it's just for the war issue, if you're known as being seen by a psychiatrist, a psychologist, like, are you crazy? You know, they're just branded as being crazy, not the help and the aid and the guidance of getting over that drama.
I think it's really good therapy for veterans to help other veterans. Do you agree?
Yes. Yeah, I find that most healing is done by veterans with other veterans.
Would that work in your culture?
I think they're doing that in secret. I think there's a secret society of veterans that they get together and talk about the war.
I belong to a group called the Vietnam Veterans Roundtable, Christine, and about 3 years ago, I think we had 3 former South Vietnamese officers that live here in St. Louis come to our come and have dinner with us and to address us, and they really appreciated it because nobody otherwise appreciates them other than perhaps members of the Vietnamese community, and we all got a big emotional kick out of that, I can tell you.